What up, what up, what up? The Blockchain Baller here, aka the Jab Marketer, with another Bitcoin analysis for August 28, 2018. And wow, we just had a pretty last couple of days since my last video. One thing that I guess we can all attest to is that unlike, you know, the stock exchange and all these other places where they're selling, you know, the commodities and all that stuff, crypto moves really fast. And the timelines in which a lot of people predict, you know, like the amount of time it takes the stock to move even like 1 or 2%, crypto moves so fast and in huge volumes that it'd be silly for hedge funders, corporations, and other people, investment managers and stuff like that, to not get involved because of such huge fundamental principles. You know, there's the ones that say, oh, it's so risky, but it's so profitable. And you know, there's no other market in the world that moves like cryptocurrency moves, and it can literally change your life overnight if you have the right amount of money in there, trading at the right amount of volume, which can produce massive returns. So as you can see, we are in the 1 hour chart for Bitcoin USD. Let me see, let's go to the 1 day. And we're in a trend where we're still trending down. However, as you can see, we're starting to reach our midway point. My prediction was around 7,200, where we're going to start seeing it peering sideways, and we're going to see a bit of a sell-off at the top, at the peak of the little mount. And you know, obviously I'm not using a lot of technical terms here because you know, I'm just keeping it in layman's basically. But it's going to start peering sideways, and eventually we're going to start seeing major sell-offs, because we've been going with this mini bull run here since 6,200, right? And you can see all these green bars going up. There's a lot of volume that's been pumped into this, a lot of Bitcoins that have been going in and out, and those aren't institutional investors looking for long-term gains. These are hedge funders, institutional investment management people who manage portfolios, people who are looking to short Bitcoin, make huge profits, and keep their clients happy. So with that trend, to be on the safe side of things, you're going to see a lot of short. You're going to see a lot of red start, a lot of red and green. Until eventually we are going to see a huge sell-off. I mean, obviously I could be wrong, right? But I'm just speculating. So we're gonna go up to about right there, and probably like that. And then I can see it going down to around here. And then it's gonna make another bottom for a day or so, and then good chance we're gonna start seeing another little mount, and then it's gonna continue to peer sideways. Yeah, let's get a little bit more room in here. Okay, so it's gonna be, let's go here, 72, and then down, and then so we'll go right about here, and then you're gonna start seeing it peering up, and we'll probably have another little thing here, and then eventually it'll start going bearish up. With the trends, I mean, the thing you gotta understand is that it's gonna continue these patterns, right? So there's always money to be made. Understanding the patterns that it's gonna complete will give you enough time to predict certain entry points and exit points. So the key here is just not to get greedy. Take your short-term profits. If you're a long-term investor, you know, make sure you're investing in certain tokens that provide real value with their company. You know, they're not some short-term short-term overnight company that's just out there to take people's money, you know, through ICOs and stuff. So it's really important to, if you're going to invest in tokens, to invest in things that provide constant value, are always morphing into something better, right? So have you guys seen in a couple of videos, I plug VeChain. The reason why I plug VeChain is because VeChain Thor now is you know, a very high value token that I can see becoming a huge household name. Right now it's still edging around top 20, but it's going to be, and at one point it was at around, it was top 10 for a little bit there. But I can see it edging up even higher eventually, right? Because when they did the changeover, the name swap and the token swap on Binance, the market, boom, right away it hit. So we have our original holders, and which was at 1.83 cents, and as soon as Bitcoin went bullish for a bit, they're up to 8,000. I think it was 8,000. Yeah. VeChain just went boom, just skyrocketed up pretty much almost at one penny. It increased, which gave people almost a 40 cent, 51 point, was that 9? Yeah, like almost a 30-40% return profit just from holding the name swap tokens. And I was one of those people, right? And so huge returns for a lot of people. But a lot of new investors came in, and because they know the value, they know what VeChain's about, and what that does is it tells you just how great the token really is, how great the company is, because now there's new token holders coming in, and there's hodlers, there's traders, there's short traders, you know. But point being is that you know, there's just a lot of people coming in, and one of the things I've been able to predict too, like I haven't been trading because I caught this run up here, but I stopped, right? And then the reason why I stopped because I seen it was a high, right? And I didn't even mess with this stuff because this stuff is really hard to predict. I knew this was coming right here because this guy right here is in and out. He's been trading 12 million at a time. So here he is right here, as you can see. Where is he? Here's another one right here. You see, it's the same guy that's doing this, and he's holding almost around, ooh, that's a lot of volume. So yeah, 20 million tokens, right? Trading mad amounts of volume for huge returns, and that's kind of what I was saying in terms of cryptocurrency providing massive returns. But you know, I understand VeChain, right? So I trade VeChain because I understand the manipulation. I understand these types of people coming in. Like, see this is organic. These long ones, that's not organic. That's just somebody coming in, plugging, pushing, changing the market, and then shorting the trade. See that? Boom, and then a sell-off. Boom, sell-off, right? So yeah, that's kind of where I stand, in my opinion, in my perspective, in terms of hodling, investing, and stuff like that, and trading. I need to actually get back in the market here because my entry point's starting to come up here pretty close. Where are we right now? Yeah, so we're right about here. Yeah, we're edging up. I think it might hit down right about here. It's a good chance. Depends on where Bitcoin is. Let's go to the minute. So there's a big sell-off here. Let's delete this. And as you can see, people are taking profits now at around 7,000, which is around where they are taking profits. You know, like about over 2 weeks ago when we hit some decent highs from all the way from 5,700 up to, I think it was like 8,000. I think it was. Let me delete this. Yeah, yeah, we were at 8,300 right here, and then it was just boom. And so we're gonna see this again, this whole sell-off here, because prophecy fulfills itself in cryptocurrency. It's no different than any other market where the patterns have to fulfill themselves. And traders, investors, financial institutions that have management and stuff like that, they understand this stuff because it keeps the market both organic and it helps people make money, basically. You know, volatility is a feature in cryptocurrency, and it's a beautiful feature because sometimes you can predict your future in terms of what type of profit you want to pull, and so that's a beautiful thing. So a lot of people like say, oh, it's so volatile, cryptocurrency. So that's a feature. That's a beautiful feature, which is going to allow you to short and gain long-term returns and knowing when to pull out, right? So yeah, that's my update. I can see it. We're getting close to 7,200, and then you're gonna see a bit of this right here until boom. Clearly, just speculating, right? But that's what I believe is gonna happen. And there's just quite a few people that agree with me and have their own opinions that are edging up around the same thing. So do your homework. Basically, I would be very, very what does it say? Be very, very attentive and pay attention to when these areas start coming around, because with cryptocurrency, 1 minute it could be at 19,000, the next it could be at 15. We're talking huge losses very fast. So be very attentive and vigilant and do your homework, all right? So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the news. Hang on one sec here. I'm gonna pause the video. All right, so I wanted to talk about JP Morgan and how JP Morgan was actually one of the huge FUD creators in blockchain when we hit around 19,000. And a lot of that, I'd say probably about 50% of that was organic growth, but 50% of that growth, a huge portion of it was market manipulation by people like JP Morgan and other places. Now look at this. JP Morgan CIO, blockchain will replace existing technology. Oh, no way. Like, we've been saying this already, right? They were saying the opposite, and it's basically a spin-off on how they are trying to manipulate the market to push it to take their short. Now, the great thing about this, whether they support blockchain, support cryptocurrency now, is that the market is becoming more wise because of the experience of going through the experience of JP Morgan and other people creating this FUD. We're not so susceptible to what they're saying, what CNBC is saying, to what any of these media institutions are saying. We realize that they're just manipulating the market, and because of that, we can see more stabilization in cryptocurrency, more fulfillment in prophecy, more patterns that we're going to be able to predict. I mean, you can never really predict anything in a market, but with that said, though, this is a good sign that we're not persuaded anymore by their manipulation. Because if you may not know this, but it's so easy to pay Cointelegraph and other media outlets like that to post an article. You have one of your ghostwriters for JP Morgan post an article, a negative article. They post it, and they'll give them like, hey, here's $10,000 to post an article. Are they gonna turn away a $10,000 article? Maybe, probably not. There's a good chance that they're not gonna do it. But with that said, it's a beautiful thing that you, me, and other people, we're not so easily manipulated anymore because we understand that they don't control the market. The traders control the market. The miners control the market. We determine Bitcoin's destiny, and even at that, Bitcoin has a prophecy that it's going to fulfill, and the prophecy is that it's going to fulfill these patterns. It's going to fulfill the momentum. It's going to fulfill our downtrends, and it's going to fulfill our uptrends. Just be smart. Do your research. It pays massive dividends to you to understand how the market works. Because if you just sit there and hodl, you're going to hodl your profits and you're going to hodl your investment away. You got to understand the market so you can take profits, increase your holdings. That is the key. You know, increase your holdings and you'll see exponential growth in your profit and your portfolio, and it will create more money so that you can invest in other things. So as usual, guys, you know, obviously not financial advice. I'm not a professional. I'm learning just like everybody else, and while I'm getting better, I'm still learning. I'm taking notes. I'm a student. Everything that you guys are hearing from me is basically just my opinion and what I know, what I've learned. And it's really up to you to do your own research. Don't take anybody's advice in this market as financial advice. I mean, nobody, because none of us can really predict the future and where these financial markets are going to go, where these cryptocurrency markets are going to go. None of us can. We can only speculate, guess, and make estimations. If you want to put your house, farm, car, and everything on the line on that, you know, you got to put on your big boy adult pants and your woman pants and make that decision for yourself. Okay. So, make sure you guys pump up that likes if you enjoyed my video. Share a comment, positive comments, negative comments. Just be respectful, please. Don't spam me, please. Don't spam me links. If you got some interesting information or you want me to do a review on something, post it in the comments there. I'll take a look at the program. Take a look at the product, the company, or the cryptocurrency company, or whatever, the ICO or anything like that. I'll take a look at it. If I think it's a scam, I probably won't do any reviews on it. I only do reviews on high quality tokens. For any business inquiries, you guys can get a hold of me on Facebook or something like that. And yeah, onward to 100,000 subscribers. Currently sitting around 11,000. And, I really appreciate everybody that follows me, from the bottom of my heart. This is why I do this stuff. I do it for you guys. I don't get paid to do this, but I enjoy it. All right? Peace.